Rad, and tonight we're gonna have a look at the full moon in Scorpio that is taking place on the 12th of May, which is tomorrow for you, my American friends. The degrees which the moon is going to become full. That will be the 22 degrees in 13 minutes in Scorpio, for those of you who are paying attention to that. And the readings tonight are going to be for the phase from the full to new moon, which is waning phase of the moon. So the moon is going to become new in Gemini, that is 26th of May. The degrees there are going to be 6 degrees in 6 minutes. So that is going to be the time frame which I'm going to interpret tarot for, as far as the waning moon is going to affect us. So with that said, the first thing that I'm going to do, as per usual, this is going to be the collective reading, the cards for the collective reading. You can examine for yourself if you so wish. Through the thumbnail, I have displayed them there. I'm sorry. The first card that I drew, though, that will be the Queen of Pentacles. Followed by the second card, that will be the Page of Pentacles. And the third one that I drew, that will be the Ten of Swords. Those three. So it's a pretty simple influence as far as the waning moon is going to press on us, and it comes more to the second chances on the undertakings that are currently running. So we're not talking about for example, ideas that didn't work out from the get-go and taking it anew this time around for the next couple of weeks, but more of a stuff that we are kind of like losing, say, hope that things can get anywhere. Like, for example, a job that you may think that you have exhausted all of the options in it, or I don't know, a friendship that you see no reason to go forward with, and so on and so forth. So it is within these aspects that this new moon will urge us not to make irrevocable choices, for example, to cut free or to break free, that is, but instead to give one last chance, because for what those cards are describing here that I showed you is that there is going to be, first of all, within these undertakings that are currently running, there is a unfound potential, and in these couple of weeks, through extensive devotion, we will be able to tap into this unfound potential and therefore develop it. And so things, whether the job or whether the project, or whether the friendship, are going to expand in terms of benefits and in terms of development. So what we can expect here, it is an unfoldment, unless we decide to walk away from what we are, again, consciously developing at this current stage in our lives. So this was the collective reading, and now there are going to be 12 readings, just like this one for each star sign, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic, which means that I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to end up with a Pisces. You can keep up with which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph that is going to be displayed right there, currently Aries glyph. And bear in mind that what is important is also to listen for your moon and as well rising sign. So if you are listening for the sign that you are born under, which is where your sun is, then the readings are going to describe what you're gonna face throughout these couple of weeks. Listening for your moon sign, the reading will describe how you're going to feel doing so, and finally the rising sign will display the best way how you can handle things around. So listening for all three should give you a pretty good idea what kind of a waning moon phase you will have ahead of you. And bear in mind again that these are personalized readings, so they very seldom, kind of like 100%, are going to fall with what you are going through.
And for personal readings that are going to be aligned to your situations, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support us by subscribing for the channel, leaving a like or commenting on the video. Either of these actions are going to help with the algorithm. And finally, you can support as well financially through Super Chat or a PayPal as well. The PayPal link you're going to find in the description down below. And anyone who does so is going to have a personalized reading at the end of the stream, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you. And also Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you. Anna, long time no see. Welcome to the stream. Cinnamon Kiss, welcome to the stream as well. Taco, Yasmin, let me put you into the list. Right? And so, first star sign, that will be Aries. So let me shuffle and have a look for Aries. First one, that will be Eight of Swords for Aries, followed by Ten of Cups. And the final one, we do have Three of Wands. So this full moon in Scorpio will trigger in you. It's a bit difficult to describe it. What we call it, it's a sports grudge. It may not sound very well in English, but this is when you are very well prepared, but you just can't stand it. This is not going into any kind of fruition currently, and so you alone will want to kind of like set a bigger goal for yourself and follow it, which will help you break through certain limits which are currently bestowed upon yourself. And through that, you will be able to expand on the options available, which are ahead of you. So that is something like a personal challenge here that this new moon, full moon, I'm sorry, in Scorpio and the waning moon is going to provoke in you, Aries. And I could suggest to all of you to just kind of like take it on instead of sitting on already existing patterns. Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you are also going to have a personalized reading, how this full moon in Scorpio is going to affect you. So going next, that will be Taurus. Eight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, this phase of the moon is going to be quite annoying to you because while knowing that you can do better for yourself and for the people around, okay, people that concerns you and that you do care about, you're also going to know that making any moves right now are going to make things better for the time being but worse for the future. And so I do think that instead of making your moves currently and wasting your bullets, for a lack of better expression here, I think that rather you will spend that time of couple of weeks more like planning and meticulously preparing for when the time is nigh to put things into motion. And so from a
unfulfilling state and unfulfilling situation, you can improve your perspective and you can improve your future. And I'm not saying that these couple of weeks are going to be bad in any ways. It is just you will be unhappy because you would know that you can do better. It's not the ideal moment right now. News Devon, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Okay, next one, that will be Gemini. Justice. Six of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Hello, Samuel. That very well looks like well, it looks like some kind of an offer, should be told. What these cards are describing here is that you will be served some kind of gains, and it looks like an offer because in order to take on these gains, it will be required from you to step away from another thing within this field that is quite secured for you. Best thing that I can think of right now to give you an example is moving on a rent from your parents' house. Okay, so you're moving from the security of your parents' nest into a place that you can now afford to rent. It's just for example. But because the justice signifies that, Gemini, it means that you deserve these benefits, these bonuses, that reward, that recognition as well. So whatever you work for hard, like for example, to separate for your family, to find a good job, say to buy a place, to buy a home, it does look like that it will be served, but it will require from you to have some balls, to let go of the secure ways which are restricting you into new fields of development and growth as well. News Devon, happy birthday and thank you for the £5. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. At the end of the stream, you're going to have a personalized reading of what is coming your way. Right, that was Gemini. Moving next, we have Cancer. Four of Wands. Ace of Swords. Five of Cups. Well, this phase of the moon is going to influence you so that in any situation you end up in, you will know what to say, you will know what to do, you will know how to go forward with it. But ultimately, whether you're gonna go, whether you're gonna run for it or not, entirely up for your choice. Because with that Five of Cups being there, sometimes it's not gonna worth the disappointment. It's not gonna worth also the price that you're gonna have to pay, because it is related with some kind of loss. Nonetheless, what is going to be the most important thing or important things for you, Cancer, is that there are going to be quite important conversations or negotiations that you're going to be a part in, which will make so that you will know the circumstances into the surrounding situations to 100%, and therefore you can make a informative decision about how to go about it and whether it's again worth it or not. All right. Next one, we have Leo. Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, Death. This new moon, full moon, I'm sorry, in Scorpio, uh, its influence will affect a partner of yours, someone that you do business with, a client that you are working out a deal with, a spouse, if you will. And it's gonna make so that these people are gonna start doing things differently or a bit differently than the way you talked about. And the reason for that is going to be that whatever you talked about, whatever procedure you talked about, whatever way you talked about, whatever deal you struck with, just doesn't work for them anymore. But that doesn't mean that you will have to end up on a bad terms or anything like that. What is going to be required is just to make a new plan, to strike a new deal, and just talk about it. Okay, instead of taking it on a knife's tip, if I may express myself that way. But there will be a sway and difference into, again, what you talked about and what is actually happening with that person. Okay, Virgo. Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, the World. So for you, Virgo, we also have an individual. That is how the lunar phase is going to affect your life, through bringing up an individual who isn't quite done with you in a good way, because they are gonna come up with something like a solution, something like they have found or figured out rather a way how things can work out, whether it can work out in romantic sense or whether it can work out in business sense. Okay, but they are quite enterprising, and they're just going to, like I said, figure out a way how can make it true and how can make it happen. Now, whether you will decide to go with it or not, it is entirely up to you. But whatever is you thought is ending in between, again, you and someone who is quite enterprising, well, it doesn't have to if you listen to them. Okay, next, Libra. Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Judgment. So for Libra, the waning moon is going to trigger the sense that you are sitting on the same place for far too long, occupying the same position or the same state for far too long, taking the same kind of salary for far too long, being stuck on the same status with someone for a far too long, and triggering this state will on its own trigger the request from your behalf to have conversations, to lead up some kind of conversations or negotiations, or simply to talk with a rather faithful companion about the situation and what you can do about it. And in whichever version of the Four of Swords, there will be a strategy how to make the problems go and disappear. The problem of I am stuck in that particular case, and it will allow you to climb the ladder of the hierarchy. So that waning moon, it's very likely to make you realize how to transform friendship into romance. If you are stuck into the friendship zone, how to transform being a follower into a leader if you are stuck in that state, or being insignificant to being significant, for example, if that is also your state. Next, Scorpio. Well, that's great, Amelia. Seven of Wands, King of Swords, and then it is the Emperor. So rough one for Scorpio here. The waning moon is going to trigger either a quite of a fearsome foe or an enemy, or a quite of a competent and fearsome competition for Scorpio that will have a bigger capacity. I don't know how to put it into words here. It's going to have a bigger power, it's going to have more resources, and it will be able to simply threaten wherever field they are appearing into. For example, if they appear so that is someone new who is working in our team that have been employed, they can threaten our job or our position. If that is someone in your social circle, they can threaten our status in it. So it's quite important to answer the challenge, because this threat is going to come with a challenge, and definitely that isn't someone that we can trifle with. All right, it's very important that we do take it seriously here, very, very seriously. Okay, next, Sagittarius. The Sun, Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit. Very lucky in Sagittarius, because for what these cards are describing is that this waning moon is going to deliver to them through the circumstances a thing, I'm gonna say a thing here, that they can develop to its maximum to 100%, and they literally have nothing to lose from all that. So a job that they can reach 100% capacity, a love that they can reach 100% capacity as well, And a specific case here that Sagittarius have for them, it is that they can mend a relationship within these a couple of weeks. They're gonna have the unique circumstances. Doesn't matter how that relationship ended up on, like for example, on a very, very wrong foot, they will be able to mend it to its full capacity again. And this waning moon is going to be all about what you are meant to do naturally. So don't be surprised if you find that you do have some kind of a talent or you do have some kind of a skill that you can make money from, or in generally you can use it to unfold a expanding energies of growth in your life. And either of these developments are going to make you quite happy and quite vivacious. Next, Capricorn. King of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Uh, the Magician. So, the waning moon is going to affect you by bringing up an investment or a wish for an investment, either from organization or for a specific individual. For example, someone who wants to place a big purchase order into your business, right? But they're gonna grill you for it, and they're gonna grill you big time to a point where their requests or their inquiries may sound pretty ridiculous. How can they ask such a thing? But bottom line, it is that they are going to request and inquire, like I said, for literally everything, well, every single detail to your business. If it's about purchase order, or every single thing about your character, if it is about emotional investment, every single thing about your behavior, if it is a social investment, and so on and so forth. And according to these cards, Capricorn, that investment is worth your time. And you do have one big trump in your sleeve, and it is that they kind of need you. I mean, whether that organization or that person, they kind of need you. So you are just as valuable to them as they are to you. Okay, next one, Aquarius. The World. Nine of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. The plan or the preparation is as good as any. In this waning moon will become as good as any, as good as it can get, and it will be time to put it into motion. That is how that waning moon, that full moon in Scorpio, is going to affect your life or our lives, Aquarius. So whatever you are anticipating to do or you're preparing for, you will be ready at that point. You will be ready by, what was it, 26th, I believe. Yeah, 26th of May, in a couple of weeks, that is, or as ready as you can be. And so it's gonna be time to make a move. Okay. And last but not least, for the 12, that will be the Pisces star sign. The Hangman. the Lovers, and Page of Swords. So the waning moon or the full moon in Scorpio is going to bring a bit of sense of insecurity, which is going to be a false sense of insecurity will relate to a choice recently made. You may have made a choice to, I don't know, change a place you live, or made a choice to quit your job because you weren't happy in it, right? Um, or made a choice to change social circles, whatever the case. But a recently made choice, which choice did not follow with immediate results, and so you may have a second guessing yourself, or start feel, like I said, quite insecure that you had made the right choice. And according to these cards, yes, you did, a bit prematurely though, so you just have to wait a little bit longer before that choice that you had made just actually pays off into the future. But it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, and the time is actually nice. So don't be too hard on yourself, Pisces. You did right. All right, that was for the 12th, and now the super chat. So anyone who supported any is to support the stream through super chat. Your guys are about to get a reading right now, which is going to be personalized reading. So currently that is Yasmin, Taco, Anna, and News Devon. And I'm going to do your readings, guys, how the waning moon is going to affect you personally. First one, that will be Yasmin. All right, Yasmin, those are your cards. Okay, and according to a someone that cares for you deeply and loves you, and it doesn't have to be a romantic love, that could be a sibling of yours, okay? Um, according to them, that doesn't necessarily has to be true, but according to them, you are not doing well for yourself, primarily of how everyone else sees you. And they just will not going to be able to keep it up to themselves any longer, at least not to a full extent. And so you can expect to be approached in that regard, being made comments of your attire, for example, being made comments of how often, say, you talk with your family, being made certain comments in order to sway you into taking more accountability toward how people see you and how people accept you, and in generally how you are presenting yourself into a society. Now, whether you're going to take an account or not, it is entirely up for you to decide. And what you need to know it is that some of their arguments are going to have a pretty strong merits, others not exactly. So it is up to you, and it falls to you which one you should take seriously and which one you should just disregard. But what is important to know, it is that this person is not doing that in order to make you feel bad in any way. They're doing that because they want to see you being accepted better by your colleagues, for example, or by your neighbors, by your social circle, and so you can be a queen wherever you go. Okay, next, that will be Taco. These are your Lenormand cards, Taco. And this is accomplishing a success to, against, or with a authority figure within the family, most likely an elder, like a mother or like a father. So if you have anything plotting in there, it should be quite successful. Let's see the tarot. Hello, Ernst. Yeah, these are tarot cards. The tarot cards. That's full moon in Scorpio is going to stir things around. Is going to set things in motion that are currently worked on. Okay, so yeah, there is some development, but not 100% development. And in these couple of weeks, there is going to be more accomplished and more achieved. And does look like that the other side will not gonna see it coming because they are just not anticipating such kind of a move. And what that will provoke though is quite of an argument. The other side, that authority figure, is not gonna go quietly. So so be prepared for yeah, scandals and fights. But it does look like that whatever plot you have, at least one of them is going to be quite successful. Could be. Expect the worst, eh? And you're never gonna get disappointed. It's a good mentality, Tackle. You're welcome, mate.
Jennifer, thank you for the $8. Thank you. I haven't put you into the list. And Ernst, thank you for the 20. Thank you. I haven't put you into the list as well. Okay. So Anna, those are your tarot cards here. And this concerns the job you have, a person that you are working with, which up until this point is kind of like threatening up career or development, or in generally is putting the business or the job into a precarious state, is making things unreliable. And within this lunar phase, which is the waning moon, they are going to normalize. What I mean is that that person will not oscillate anymore, and is going to become is going to fall in a state that you can rely on, and this state is going to start bringing you up some small gains, at least at first. And what you need to know it is that they don't do it on purpose, like on purpose to sabotage you or to sabotage your work or to sabotage your development. It's just they have an ambition and they want to work on that ambition or transform that ambition into a powerful drive, but are not realizing that currently they don't have what it takes, and so they have to ride your train currently. It will come time for theirs, but not you. But currently they have to ride on yours. So yeah, you can expect that there is going to be a significant improvement into a collaborative work in between you and someone that you are working with. All right, next, that will be Ernest. So long, Taco. All right, Ernest, those are your cards. In this full moon or the waning moon, you will recover. You will recover some losses and some more. And these actions are going to be in expense of family relationships. The only thing that I cannot tell you, it is whether you're going to make that choice to go over the head of some family members, for example, your elders, if they're amongst us, like go over the head of your father or go over the head of your mother, and take on actions or choices that will go against, say, their beliefs or their culture or their wishes, and that will provoke conflicts with them, and not just only conflicts, but also they're gonna take it like you have betrayed them and you have humiliated them.
or they are going to make that choice for you and are going to push you in this direction in order to make a direction in which you are going to make a very solid personal recovery and some more on top of it, okay? But it's going to worsen the state in between you and them. So what I mean here is that first the state is going to worsen, and that is going to push you into say, you know what, screw it and screw them. I will try to get myself better first. So either of the two, but either way, you are making not just only solid recovery, like I said, but you're also accumulating some gains, and you are making yeah, a recovery. Okay, next, Darwin News Devon. Again, happy birthday, News Devon. And your inquiry is what is coming your way. I have to use the Lenormand system, not the tarot one. So let's have a look. You're welcome, Ernest. You're welcome, Anna. Those are the cards. It's about trouble. I have to be the best specific, most specific. I would have said that what awaits you, it's a new tenant that is going to give you trouble. Okay, but I will be a bit more broader, and I will say that it is a troublesome partnership in a domain of yours that awaits you. And under troublesome, I mean someone that will burn you first chance they got to save their own skin. So what we are having here is a traitor, and therefore you gotta be very careful whom you are putting your trust into in the next couple of weeks. And last but not least, that will be Jennifer. So to your inquiry, the card is those cards. It is a human on your inquiry, Jennifer. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your attendance as well. And also thank you so much for your generosity. We're going to see each other next time, which is Thursday. Next Thursday, that will be 15th. And until then, bye.